Hello and welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses. I've gone over my unit's goals and I didn't change anything, so at this point you should have a pretty good idea of what I'm trying to do. Same thing with the group tasks, nothing's changed. So I'm going to go ahead and do my instructions, but I'll just mention who I don't end up instructing and skip over this otherwise. Alright, and I'm done, and to recap, poor Marianne was the one who got skipped over again because she doesn't need anything really except for XP, which is going to be hard enough to get, of course. If I ever get that experience gem, I know who I'm giving it to. Anyway, so Lorenz is switched back from lances to reason magic because he hit C lances. I gave Raphael D in authority. I also gave somebody down here, I think maybe it was Leone, D in authority because they were both close to what they needed and they didn't really need training in their primary stuff. Other than that, pretty much just... Oh, I got Lysithea to C white magic, which gives her Seraphim. And I guess I also got her to C authority. And everybody else pretty much just trained in what they were already working on.
Hey, can I ask you something?
Yes, you may. That was a fascinating lecture, but now my brain is fried. I feel like I need a change of pace to reinvigorate me. What do you recommend? I mean, any of these options seem fine.
Ah, now there's an idea. Professor.
It's what we're already doing, Raphael. Come on. Oh, support time.
Professor, have you been looking for me again?
No.
I am very busy, you know. I must insist that disruptions for light-hearted chats of this kind be kept to a minimum.
Oh, maybe I have been looking for him again.
What did I tell you about falling victim to such salacious and slanderous rumors? As I've told you, there is obviously a conspiracy against me. There is no manner in which I could possibly be considered bothersome.
Definitely not.
Professor, I assure you, you have been deceived. My adversary has poisoned the hearts of these ladies against me. The plot goes deeper than I thought.
Huh. Don't know that it matters what I say here.
But if you truly do insist, please understand, Professor. I am not some scoundrel out for conquest. I am attempting to fulfill my duty as heir of House Gloucester. It is my responsibility to continue our noble line by finding a suitable lady to be my wife. It is a rigorous process. My family has the very highest standards for appearance, grace, temperament, and pedigree.
You sound like you're talking about, like, dog breeding or something. Like, God. Blech.
Typically, yes, even if others are sometimes critical of that notion. For the nobility, marriage is not merely a union of individuals, it is also a union of families. It would not benefit House Gloucester to be tied to a family of powerless commoners, would it? To achieve supremacy, it is necessary for my line to be tied to that of an influential family. That is the best path to peace and prosperity for all. So, as you can see, the future of the Alliance rests on my shoulders.
Yeah, sure.
If it is a burden, it is one I am all too familiar with. We nobles are born to this duty. That being said, to avoid misunderstandings, I shall restrain myself until things calm down. I would rather not cause trouble for you after all.
Boy, he really is insufferable. Holy crap. More supports.
Hey, Professor. There are a lot of hardworking people here at the Academy, huh? Even Claude. He acts carefree, but secretly he's so serious. Everyone focuses on training without even needing to be told. Maybe they think I must protect my friends, even if I have to risk my neck. Of course I'll try to protect them, but I don't understand why anyone would want to risk their life for someone else. When you die, no matter how you died, it's over. To me, it's more important to enjoy life. We only live once, after all. It's a waste to spend all your time working and being responsible, right?
Huh.
Well, no matter what people may think, I'm going to keep being me. So in our next battle, I'll support everyone from the sidelines.
No, you won't.
Aw, come on, please. How about I do something for you as a way of saying thanks? Oh, I know! I'll let you join me for dinner in the city. Everyone would be jealous, you know? They'd all love to spend time with me.
You sure about that?
Okay, just think on it.
Sure.
Singing with others is a nice change of pace. Usually I do it when I'm alone.
There's someone who's slightly off. Oh well, that adds some color, I suppose.
Ha! So judgmental, Claude. It's Flane's birthday. Oh, we can tea party now because we did the tea party quest. Yay! I sure do love tea parties. Oh, I forgot to look up whether what tea you choose actually makes any difference. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back, and it turns out that it does matter what tea you use. It can make it so that there are fewer. You can fail more often and still have the best outcome, which is why I've had like excellent or perfect tea times in the past where I didn't get every single thing right. So yeah.
I am honored that you invited me. You know about my favorite tea. I am moved.
Yeah, I do, because the internet told me.
I am ever so grateful. Delicious.
Your bow is clipping, Flame.
Right.
I think Flame likes singing.
Right.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, she definitely likes fish.
Right.
She likes eating. Nailed it.
I desire to see the ocean again. It is difficult being so far away from it.
I don't... Like, why would you admonish her for saying that? Alright, whatever. Guess it didn't matter. Bam! Bam! Perfect tea time. Alright, and as far as I can tell, the observe option is just, like, a thing that you can get. It doesn't actually, like, do anything, and it's creepy as hell, so I'm not going to do that anymore.
That tea was very delicious. Please take care, Professor.
Yeah.
Hey, Claude. You're looking so cute today. I have a quick favor to ask.
Wait, that's my line. You just try to get to work without slacking, okay?
Me? Look who's talking. You have no work ethic to speak of. Professor, look! I guess it pays off to put in a little effort sometimes.
Hey, all you did was cheer from the sidelines. You didn't do any work at all. I see. It's all making sense now.
I feel like I get it now.
More support.
Hey, Teach, hold on a minute, okay? I'm gonna have this cleared up in no time. Nah, that's okay. I'll be finished soon. I'm just in the middle of mixing up a new poison. And done.
You what, mate?
What do you think of that, Teach? A colorless, odorless poison. Say, care to test it out for me?
No?
In 2 days' time, you'll have a terrible case of, let's call it stomach trouble. It's a peaceful poison, so you'll live, but you'll certainly be inconvenienced. I hear your silent question, Teach. Why the delay? That's so it can be used even if you don't have access to the target when you need the poison to take effect. Naturally, I have no immediate plans for this stuff. I suppose I just felt like broadening the old horizons a bit. When devising schemes, it's best to have as many options at your disposal as possible. Expanding those options is kind of a hobby for me. Well, I grew up in an environment where it was necessary to think that way. It's like I told you before, I wasn't born into a life of luxury. Ever since I was a child, I've always been seen as different from those around me. An outsider of sorts. I've been resented and hated. There have even been attempts on my life. I don't believe I've earned such treatment, but that's how it goes for people like me. Thanks, Teach. You know, in many ways, I'm just a normal person like everyone else. But in the right environment, anyone could be seen as an outsider. It can become overwhelming. And that's why I kept running, kept fighting. As a kid, I spent a lot of time licking my wounds and coming up with schemes, trying to keep my nose out of trouble while plotting against my enemies. My parents always told me I wouldn't grow stronger if I didn't learn to fight my own battles. And so in the end, I did. And I grew up to be as independent, as self-reliant as my parents always wished for me to be. Lucky me, right? If anyone knows what I'm talking about, it must be you, eh, Teach? I get the feeling you know what it's like to be an outsider. The moment I first laid eyes on you, I knew you weren't like everyone else. People don't care for folks like that. You do well to watch your back. On the bright side, that's also part of the reason that I find you so interesting.
Hooray! Alright, we're back here, and I think we've got another support. Yes, we do. Oh, there are a couple supports, in fact. There we go.
Oh, settle down and stop with the knocking. I'll be there in 2 shakes. Oh, dear. Professor? Is that you? Just a moment. Oh, what should I do? I can't open the door in this state. Manuela, you simply must quit oversleeping. Hold on. Where are my clothes? I can't even find my... Where in blazes is my underwear? Oh, What is my dressing robe belt caught on? Oh, I can't tie this properly. It's not even covering... Oh, Manuela. This will have to do. I'm fine. Just hold on a moment. Hello. Sorry to have kept you waiting. So, what do you want?
This is... I said the same thing last time. I wasn't sure if the support would be different for different genders. At some point, it will have to be because she makes reference to Byleth's gender in the at least in the A support, if not the B support. But yeah, this one's the same, and said the same thing last time. Like, this is these options are both terrible. Just let it go and say whatever you came to say. Don't like take her to task for it. It's not your business. Ugh.
Excuse me? You had a reason for coming here, I assume. I've put a lot of time and effort into making it possible to talk with you, you know. No, you've done nothing wrong.
Yes, he has.
Let's just say I'm not having a good day. Actually, I didn't have a good night. Never mind. What did you want, anyway?
Oops.
You heard from him? The fellow from last night? Huh. What did he have to say? Yeah, figures. Kind of saw it coming, actually. That's why I came back to my room and went to bed. To get over it. Thank you for checking in on me. Was that all you wanted? Well then, good night.
Good night? Wait, I thought it was the next morning. I'm so confused. She was oversleeping. How could it be nighttime? Doesn't make any sense.
What are you writing there, Hilda? Wait, let me guess. You're replying to one of your brother's letters, right?
Of course. It's a pain, but I make sure to always send him a response, otherwise he'll worry. It's much easier than when we lived together. A few letters here and there are a small price to pay for this peaceful, brother-free environment.
Well, that's a fine thing to do, regardless of your reasons. As for me, it's been far too long since I've written to my parents.
Oh, I thought your father had died.
Not quite. He's still alive and kicking, as far as I know. The late Duke who died in an accident was my uncle.
I see. I do recall you mentioning that your mother was born into the Regan family. What's your father like, if you don't mind me asking?
He's quite the extravagant character. When I was a kid, he used to tie me to a horse and drag me around.
What?
Excuse me?
In all fairness, I was quite a little brat. The horse thing sounds worse than it is. There's sort of a trick to it.
A trick I hope I never need to learn. Your mother didn't step in and make him stop?
Gods no, she'd just laugh right along with him. If my father is extravagant, my mother's more like a warrior goddess, or maybe a demon queen. This one time, she got into an argument with my combat instructor and wound up in a full-on fist fight with the guy. What's more, she won. My instructor was a mighty warrior, undefeated in 100 battles, but even he was no match for her.
Huh? But your mother is a lady of nobility.
True, but she was the kind of woman to elope with the man she loved and throw it all away. Not your average duchess at all.
Ooh, they eloped! I like that. It's so romantic. Imagine abandoning your family forever to be with the one you love. Not everyone can do that.
It's not a question of can, it's a question of will. Even someone like you who generally despises effort would pull out all the stops for something you really care about. Isn't that right?
Excuse me? I put in plenty of effort.
Hey, that was a compliment. Anyhow, I look forward to the day when something inspires you to try your absolute hardest. It will be something to behold.
To be fair to Hilda, she does put in plenty of effort into avoiding having to put in effort. Alright, so we still got, yeah, Byleth and Flame. Can't do that now. So this week, what are our options? I don't think we have any, interesting battle options. No. Seminar-wise, Once again, we don't have a big seminar. There's just like no point in doing a seminar. So I guess I'm gonna explore again, and since that's just gonna be point spending, hopefully it won't take too long. I guess we'll start off with support with Flame.
Professor. Excuse me, Professor. May I have a moment of your time? Ah, wonderful. I was hoping you might enlighten me. About yourself, that is. You see, I happen to be quite curious about you. Well, because there is something different about you. You possess an air of mystery. I could not help but notice when first we met. I am intrigued, to say the least. I find it rather difficult to put into words. Were I to wax poetic, I would say you remind me of the sea. Have you ever been, Professor? The sea is vast, boundless. On the surface, all seems still. Yet beneath that stillness, it is unfathomably deep. Within, it teems with life. Yet without, one is lucky to glimpse a fleeting shadow. And yet, all one must do is cast a line to grasp hold of all that life. You cannot see it at a glance, but it is there all the same. About fish, of course. Oh, bother. I got sidetracked, didn't I? Right. About the sea. During a storm, the once calm waters become mighty enough to overturn even the vastest ships. Not unlike you. You are calm. You carry yourself with poise. Yet you wield great power. My brother is uncertain of you, however. He referred to you as a youth of dubious origin. Oh, but please do not think ill of him. He is incredibly dedicated to his work. So surely you'll understand why he would have doubts about one of whom he knows so little. Nobody even seems to know your age. Incidentally, how old are you?
To be fair, Byleth is of dubious origin. Like, there's no need to apologize for that.
Wait, you do not know your own age? You truly are mysterious. Looking at you, it is quite difficult for me to determine. I wonder... could you be younger than your own students? Who? Me?
Yes, you.
Well, I am roughly the same age as the other youths here. Be that as it may, it is simply not the case. Oh, by the way, I have actually been considering enrolling in the academy myself, but my brother will not allow it. He is a touch overprotective at times. Oh, my apologies. I am sure you have much work to do. I will not keep you any longer. We must speak again sometime, if that would be all right. Have a lovely day.
One note. Even if I find love, I won't be able to live without money. I would like to get married someday, but I refuse to go back to being poor. What should I pursue? Just keep on trucking with you too.
I can't...
I assume that there's going to be no point in cooking because we don't have anything. We've already done that, and I doubt it stacks, so just eat. Is this special? Nothing in particular, I guess.
That looks...
Raphael and Lysithea. Do that. Bam. Just like that.
This is delicious! My absolute favorite!
Eating delicious food really takes my worries.
Oh, I bet I know what it is. The other time, Raphael didn't get the thing that he likes the most. He only got something he liked like halfway or something. So that was why he had the different line. But that's it. We have another sport.
This theory just isn't coming together. The thought behind it is sound enough, but...
Hey, Lysithea, your forehead's all wrinkled. You look tense. Is something wrong? You know you can tell your big bro you know you can tell me anything, right?
Raphael, while I appreciate your offer, I'm not so sure you'll be much help here.
What does that mean? Oh, are you researching something complicated? In that case, yeah, you're probably right. Is there something else I can help you with? I'm really good at other things, like training.
I have absolutely zero interest in such things.
I have an idea. Do you want to get real good at playing tag? I can teach you. There's a trick to it that most people don't know. Like to not get tagged and stuff. Let me show you.
Oh my gosh.
It's too sunny to spend all day inside studying. Come on, Big Bro's gonna take you outside.
Shut up, shut up, shut up! Can't you see I'm busy? Go bother someone else. What nerve you have too calling yourself Big Bro, like I'm your little sister or some nonsense. Just cut the act.
Did I really say that out loud?
Anyway, my grades are miles better than yours. If you want to play the part of Big Brother, you'd probably benefit from studying way, way more.
Like I said, I'm really good at other things. Just not classroom learning.
I can't stand all the excuses. Clearly, you're the little kid here. You got all that? Now don't bother me again. Understood? Bye.
She must be going through a rebellious phase.
Ha! Alright, we got to support with Raphael as well. Actually do it now. Nope. That's fine. So let's do more faculty training.
What's the map? Even so, the god they said not.
I still have much.
All the way to be authority. Seems reasonable. For this early in the game, for Byleth to be able to have that high of a authority rank. And I can see the support is now available. Jump over there after I talk to Seth and get even more authority points.
Professor. Great timing, Professor. I was just going to come find you. Are you busy? I have a question about formations.
Formations?
I don't understand them at all. Are the speed of battle and the terrain connected somehow? There's too much to memorize. I don't? Then what do I have to know? I think I understand the basics. To start, you just... Ah, okay. I think I've got it. Thanks for the help, Professor. Brains and brawn. You've really got it all. With your help, I should have no trouble becoming a proper knight. Huh? Didn't I tell you? My parents were merchants of the Alliance. They died in an accident. That's why it's up to me to look after my little sis. I'm not great with bookkeeping, so I don't think I'd make a good merchant. I talked to Grandpa, and he suggested I become a knight. So I sold all our valuables and used the money to pay my way into the academy.
Whoa!
My sis won't survive if I get kicked out, so I can't give up now.
Huh.
I might have tried being a mercenary if I didn't have my little sis to look after. I probably shouldn't say this, but being a mercenary does sound like an easier life. Mercenaries have no responsibilities, and no one else to worry about. But someone's gotta take care of my little sis, so that's out of the question. Serving as a knight in a noble house is more secure, and you don't have to worry about dying unless there's a war. My sis has been through so much. I don't want her to have to worry about me. Hey, do you have any siblings, Professor?
Not that I know of.
Then you probably think I'm missing out on my freedom, having to support her, huh? But working hard for my sister isn't too bad. Call it a burden, call it a challenge. If it makes my sister happy, I'm happy too. You should ask your father to have some more kids.
What?
Anyway, that's why I've got to become a proper knight.
Okay, Raphael.
Profess as from I blame all.
Practice yields results.
You'd best.
Be pardoned, intrigue.
Alright, well I've got one support point, or not support point, activity point left, and I've done all the faculty training I want to do. I've done singing, done eating to get everyone's goals up to max. So I think it might actually be tea time here.
I've been in town procuring. I must thank you.
Did it.
This invitation was unexpected.
Huh. You look so alarmed.
I must thank you. Ah, delectable. Yes. No.
What? He doesn't like Lady Rhea? Okay.
What? Is that so?
Oh god. Get wrecked.
I should get back to work. Thank you for the tea.
Damn. Garbage tea time. Alright, I did some more odds and ends and ready to move on to the next thing. More teaching, specifically. Alright, so once again, we've got everyone at max motivation, so I will come back and mention who ends up getting skipped, cough cough Marianne. And we'll go from there. Alright, so I actually ended up skipping over Lysithea rather than Marianne. It occurred to me that because of Lysithea's personal skill, where she doubles skill experience, she doesn't need as much training as some of the others. And indeed, she's already gotten pretty far along, and there's not as many skills that she needs to acquire in any case. So all of that leads me to think that skip over her, and otherwise, nothing super interesting going on. Pretty much everyone's getting to like C level instead of D level in their skill focuses now.
Teach.
Alright, sure. I wasn't sure whether I should switch him back to bows or just keep it on axes, so we can say axes. Doesn't really matter. I do wish there was more of a trade-off there. There's not really any reason to actually let the students dictate.
You know, Hilda, one day I'd love to see you at your full strength.
What are you talking about? I always give it my all. You're the one who's constantly goofing around.
Well, if you think that's what passes for full strength. Anyway, let's get started.
Claude did such a wonderful job, don't you think? He really helped me out back there.
You didn't do so bad yourself. Wait, are you praising me so I'll do your work next time too?
Alright, here we are. No supports that we need, so I'm going to probably just explore again, right? People are battling, but these are just grindy battles. Do those. Well, I guess there could be a good seminar, but doesn't seem to be. We don't have another teaching session coming up, though, so that would be, if there was a reason to do a seminar, it would be because we're not going to need to max out motivation before then. Anyway, I mean, exploring seems like it gets a lot more accomplished, to be fair. And my teaching is far enough along that it's not like I really need to... I desperately need anybody to grind up any skill levels through a seminar. Byleth himself has plenty of skills. None of these are super great, like wrong people studying lances with the one with the most attendees. Yeah, just doesn't seem that great. So I think we're just gonna explore yet again, and then this will be the last one of these for this episode. 3 notes. If you feel overwhelmed by teaching, just ask me for help. I predict that guiding these imps through their teenage years will be important for Fodlan's future. Ha! Get it? Okay. It's so silly. You can't even acknowledge his pun. I typically decorate with red roses when I host a tea party, but lately I'm considering the virtues of variety. Do you have any thoughts about other flowers I might try? Yeah, my flower knowledge. Amazing. I'm not good at talking to others. I can talk to birds, horses, and animals just fine, but when it comes to people, I freeze up. Sure. Keep on trucking with these two.
Singing with others is a nice change of pace. Usually I do it when I'm alone. I can't sing very...
Let's just eat. Friends and Marianne. Seems like a great pairing.
I did not expect much from the dining hall, but this does not disappoint.
I like this dish. It was my father's favorite.
Let's do this support first. Max support already.
Marianne, do you mind if I ask you about something? Yes? It's about animal behavior. Among us all, you surely know the most about animals. I've read that in outdoor battles, wild animals can sometimes cause unexpected confusion. What do you think would be the best strategy to... are you listening, Marianne? I was listening. I just don't think I can really... For crying out loud! Why do you always have to admit defeat before even giving yourself a chance? My advice would probably just put everyone in danger. You'd be better off without me. This is beyond ridiculous. You're impossible. You seem convinced you're some sort of cursed being, destined to bring doom and gloom to anyone you encounter. Well... Why do you have such a terrible opinion of yourself? How could you possibly be so dense? I just nothing. Now you listen to me for a moment. I can see that you have some deep-seated turmoil you struggle with. I'll have you know I have quite a few issues of my own, perhaps more grave than yours, if you can imagine. Really? Yes, but I'm not the only one who has such troubles to contend with. Everyone does. That's why it's so important to maintain a positive outlook and do what we can. Each time we find the light in the dark, we grow, bit by bit. And without growth, what's the point in carrying on? Lysithea, I envy your confidence and strength. Don't envy me. Instead, just choose to find the positive, won't you? Yes. Well, maybe someday. The time is now! This is your moment! Oh, okay.
Huh.
That's more like it. Now to start, why don't you help me out by answering my questions about wild animals? I'll certainly try my best.
Alright. Lysithea is generally way too abrasive with people, but in this case, I guess maybe it actually got through to her, so that's nice. Do Claude and Ignatz if possible.
That smell, it's amazing. This food...
Yeah.
Claude, why didn't you say anything?
You were praying so fervently, I didn't want to interrupt.
I appreciate the sentiment, but I wasn't praying.
No? What then?
I was just thinking about the goddess.
Were you now? Fascinating. Please, go on.
Not here. Let's go somewhere else.
So, you were pondering the existence of the goddess, then?
But not
Yes.
praying.
All right, consider this. The archives here have all kinds of texts about the goddess, right? But when people tell stories of the goddess, it's only myths and legends that glorify her.
They probably hope to rake in more followers by glorifying the goddess as much as possible. That would be why the church tends to quietly shove all of their more questionable records under some secret rug somewhere.
Woohoo.
Claude, don't put words in my mouth. That's not what I said. I was just wondering what the goddess looks like. That's the kind of thing I like to think about.
What the goddess looks like? Well, I suppose if she really exists, she probably looks a lot like us. In fact, she probably wouldn't be so different from that old woman working here in the dining hall.
What? Claude, please stop. The goddess I imagine is absolutely beautiful.
How rude of you, Ignatz. I'm sure that old woman was lovely back in her day.
Okay. Raphael Hildelian. Support with Hilda. Alright, let's do Raphael. There we go. What? Nope.
This is
Yummy! Who made this? Oh.
And another one. Really rolling on the support train now.
right. Then this goes here.
Hello, Raphael. What exactly are you doing with that piece of wood?
Hey, Hilda. I'm just doing this.
With your bare hands. Impressive that just the outer ring is left. It makes quite a nice circle.
Yeah, I just gotta polish it up and paint it. Then the base of the necklace will be ready.
Sorry, did you say necklace?
How's it look? I bet it's the right size, too. And this tree bark smells amazing. Now I just need to carve these boar tusks to hang from it.
Boar tusks?
I almost forgot. I was gonna add these wolf claws, too. And I could even add some color to them.
And wolf claws?
Huh? Is something wrong, Hilda?
That necklace! It has a certain, rustic charm?
You're right. It really does. Want me to make you one while I'm at it?
Oh no, I wouldn't want to trouble you. Besides, I think it would look better on you than on me.
It would definitely look good on me. But this one's actually a birthday present for my little sis.
For your sister? I mean, don't you think she might like something more feminine? Something cute?
Something cute? What's wrong with something tough and rugged? This necklace is gonna have tusks and claws and stuff.
But girls don't usually go for tusks and claws and stuff. There should be flowers or gems or... Here, I can talk you through it. If you're making a necklace for your sister, you might try putting a pretty little flower in a small crystal bottle and sealing it with resin.
If you say so.
Hilda really likes
where
resin.
would I find a flower that was pretty enough?
Oh, honestly, I don't know much about flowers, but, now that I think about it, I remember hearing about a splendid flower that only blooms near Fodlan's throat.
Fodlan's throat? That's on the eastern edge of the Alliance. I'd have to leave now if I'm gonna make it back in time.
Yeah, that does seem like a bit of a stretch. Okay, let me think. Where'd he go? Well, no matter.
What? You're just gonna let him do that? Oh my god, Hilda, why? Alright. Gotta give Leonie some gifts, Leonie. Or we could eat with her and some faculty member, I suppose. Yeah, let's go with that. Leonie and Sedith, Eloise, Catherine, or Shamir. Do Shamir. Not to support with her yet.
That looks delicious. Goddess for...
I like seeing a table full of my favorite dishes.
Alright. Off to do some faculty training.
What's the matter? Even the goddess, they said not to.
And get mad support points to Geralt. It's gonna be great and highly relevant. Because Geralt is definitely gonna be around for the rest of the game, and I'm definitely gonna recruit him.
I've been in...
You'd best keep...
Practice yields result.
As for I blame...
Alright, no more supports.
Okay.
Alright, so I think I'm just going to end the episode here. I'm not really sure how long it is because I've done a lot of stuff that I plan to edit out. So I suspect it'll run over long if I do the pre-battle dialogue stuff this episode, so we'll do that next episode. Look at the calendar. We just got that plus a birthday. So, you know, we could do the tea party, but we'll just do that next episode as well. So, until then.